Hello, everyone. Well, let's get rid of that. All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Erin's Book Club. I have a book review to do today, and this one's kind of special for two reasons. First one, I actually got this book done in relatively short amount of time. Hi, Ishi. The second one is the subject matter is my absolute favorite subject matter. Come here, buddy. Good boy. And this guy's kind of like a hero of mine. So, the book review I have to do today is Cat Daddy: What the World's Most Incorrigible Cat Taught Me About Life, Love, and Coming Clean by Jackson Galaxy. It also says with Joel Defner. I don't know if that means he's a ghostwriter or not, but I want to put that in there just in case he is. So, first and foremost, perfectly written book, really easy to follow. Story was well written. That part really enjoyed. Kind of like the cover, don't really like little wow, I've already forgotten the cat's name. Benny, sorry. Don't really like the picture of Benny there because that foot looks a bit funny. But other than that, I liked it. So, let's get to the nitty gritty of this. I hadn't realized what kind of life and what kind of hell Mr. Galaxy has gone through. And it was refreshing to read about it in a raw, unfiltered, humble way. Like he wasn't afraid to say, I acted like an idiot here, or I didn't learn my lesson here, or this is my bare bones me. This is how I tried to escape my world, how it failed, but at the same time, how I was able to climb above that. Just so well done. The addictions that he says that he struggled with, like my husband is a recovering alcoholic, along with other addictions, and currently he's addicted to the pain meds that they gave him when he had his leg removed. And I'll tell you one thing, those meds are worse than anything else I've seen him on. And it was, I don't want to say humbling, but it was comforting to know that the struggle is very real with everybody, and the struggle is very similar. And then on top of all of that, you have the cats in the background, and it's interesting because he talks how he's sensitive. He says he's sensitive and he can sense the energy of these cats, and I don't know if I am too or not, but I feel as though I can sense what they're thinking, how they're feeling, where the energy level is. I'll give you an example, and this is very similar to Benny. I have a cat now with cancer who, let's face it, is dying. He also has pancreas issues, and he had a pancreatic flare up last week, and it was to a point where I thought I'd have to put him down. I'd have to make that decision. And the worst day, he was sitting on my lap, and he looked miserable. He looked done. So I said to him, you don't have to hang on for me. I don't want to do this too early, but I also don't want to do it too late. And if you are ready to go, you can go, but you need to tell me. And if you want to fight, by golly, I'll do whatever I can and we will fight. And the very next day he started eating. So I don't think that's a unique situation. I think if you put the energy out there, they will send it back to you. And a lot of the advice and information that he gives you is relatively easy to understand. For the most part, easy to follow. Some of the advice just isn't going to work for me. Like he says, clay litter is not great, and I agree with that. Clay litter is not great, but I spend a fortune in litter, and not everybody has an income that's going to support a specialty litter. That doesn't mean I don't deserve to have cats. It means you need to do what you got to do. Same with the dry cat food. Yeah, okay, canned is better. Can't afford a full canned diet. Now, my cancer fellow, he gets as much canned and as much dry as he wants. Whatever he eats, he gets. Eh, it's well and good to say, okay, this is the best food, this is the best type of food, this is the best litter, but then it's a totally different thing when, life happens, and maybe you had these animals when you had a great job, but what happens when that job goes? And these are members of my family. So if it means that we still have a life together, but we have that cheaper food, guess what? We have that cheaper food. If it ever came down to the point where I couldn't keep them alive and support them, I would cross that bridge when I found it, and it would probably end up with me not necessarily finding a new home for these animals. I would probably put them down with me, like be with them as they're put down, because I would much rather put a perfectly healthy cat down than give it to a home where I don't know for sure if that's going to be a home for the rest of that cat's life. I don't know. The book made you think deep inside of yourself and really pull to the front what it means to be a cat or a pet guardian. And I will for now on call it guardianship. I'm not a pet owner. These are a member of the family, and you do what you can to make it happen. It just the the raw emotion and the feelings of the book, and the fact to know that A, I'm not the only person that is pretty much obsessed with cats, and B, it's okay. Wow. It's okay to love cats. You know, it's not strange to be a cat lover. I don't know. Just a really well written book, and I think I'm going to try to go through and read the rest of his books because the man hasn't steered me wrong yet. But anyway, thank you very much, guys. I will let you know when I have another book ready.